బాబు నేను దీనిదే పెట్టు నాకు ఆ? ఛీ! అది మళ్ళీ ఇంకోసారి పోకుండా చూడు. ఓకే గైస్, ఐఎమ్ ఆడిబుల్ నౌ ఆన్ ద వెబ్. Okay then. So let us get started. So today we will try to understand how to design migration and what is that Amazon offers for migration. వినపడుతుందా? నాతోనా పక్కన ఆయనతోనే చెప్పింది? Okay, okay. Right. I thought you are speaking to me. Right. Okay. We will look at design approach for migration. So whenever you are migrating anything, what should be your design approach? 1 minute. Okay. Then we will speak about okay, or AWS has many services. Let me look out for AWS services for migration. All right. And we will also discuss about, right? So whenever you're migrating your data, okay. So data migration strategy. 3 simple topics, right? Okay. And before I start all of this, okay, you're unable to hear me. Okay, I'm audible to others, or is Ram is the only one who is facing problem? Good. Okay, Ram is able to hear me now. Okay, fine. Right. So fine. Before starting this class, everyone in this classroom is also attending Docker class. Yes. Okay, right. So because that is equally important. Don't just think that that is a free ga vachindi kabatti avasaram ledani. No, that is equally important. Yeah. Okay. Right. So whenever you want to design for migrations, what is that you have to look out for? Okay. So there is a very popular strategy which is called as 6 hours of migration. Okay. And this 6 hours of migration is not for AWS, not for Azure, but for any cloud migration. You can just not for one cloud, right? That is an approach that works out for any cloud. Okay. Right. There is already a notes there. I've given you a link of it. Click on that and you should be able to go to that. Okay. So here 6 hours means the first one is called as rehost. The second one is replatform. The third one is repurchase. The first one is refactor or re-architect, retain and retire. Okay, there is no need for you to remember this. It is very simple. So you have each R has some significance over here. Okay, let us assume that you want to deploy or you want to move some applications to Amazon cloud and you have decided on that applications, and now each R will tell what does it mean. Okay, first let me tell the simple things where you have no work, so that we will eliminate some R's, and then we will discuss about the R's which are relevant to us. Okay, the first one, retire. That application which you are trying to migrate is not required for whatever reason it is. Okay, so there is no point in migrating that application. So in that case, what is that you do? You stop using that application and you will retire that application. Okay, So in retire, you will not have any work. The second one from the bottom, retain. Retain means you want to do the migration of it, but migration of it will not give you any value add. So you have decided not to do migration. That is retain. It's two simple things. 2 hours gone now. We are left with 4 hours now. Okay. First is retire. That application is not of value. So there is no point in migrating it. So you have retired that application. Retain is migrating this application might not be feasible at this moment due to whatever reasons which it is. You might do it, the migration of it down the line in the future, but at this moment you have decided not to do the migration of it. That is retain. And then repurchase. So the application which you are trying to migrate, there is an alternative to that application which some third party is giving. So let us assume that you are doing a payroll management, okay, and you want to move the payroll application. Okay, company like ADP, if you know ADP is very popular in payroll management. So ADP tries to tell to your organization saying that why do you want to do all of this? I'll give you my application and I'll import all of your older data into my application so that you can use my application from now on. So what is it you're trying to do? You're not migrating your application. You have gone for an alternative solution. That is repurchase. So 3 hours, are they gone? Retire is gone, retain is gone, and repurchase is gone. And we are left with 3 hours. Okay, rehost. Rehost is also called as lift and shift. You have an application which is running, and then you want to move that application or server as it is to the cloud, okay, without making any changes. That is called as rehost. And rehost is completely our responsibility. Rehost is completely our responsibility to migrate. Okay, and then replatform. Replatform is you have an application which you want to migrate, but that application which you want to migrate might not work in the cloud due to some reasons. So what you need to do is you need to take that application, make those changes or workarounds so that it works on the cloud, and then you need to migrate. So here your application cannot be migrated directly. So what is that you are trying to do is you're trying to make changes. So that's where it is called as lift, tinker, and shift. Okay, so don't worry about this. All of this is written over here. Okay, lift, tinker, and shift. So you lift the application, you make that small workarounds or changes, and then you will migrate your application. That is called as lift, tinker, and shift. So in this, what is our responsibility? So the rehosting is completely our responsibility. When it comes to re-platforming, migration, still we are owners of it. But whenever they are making changes, you might basically, if the changes or if those changes which you are doing are related to some operating system version. So for example, your application all these days was running on Ubuntu 11 in your office. Now in the cloud, we don't have Ubuntu 11. You have to start at least at Ubuntu 14 or Ubuntu 16. So the tinkering is basically not to do with application, but you have to move from one Linux version to the other Linux version. Then you might have work. Okay. So when developers are making changes, you might need to give them some testing environment so that they will test whether it is working or not. Am I clear on this? So lift, do workarounds, and then shift. Lift, tinker, and shift. And then the last R which is left, which is called as refactor or re-architecting. Refactor is your architect has decided that your application is working good, it can be moved to the cloud, but let us not move to the cloud. Let us make changes in our application. Let us design the way in how our application is basically done. That change could be your application is a monolith, they want to convert it into microservice, and then they want to go to cloud. They don't want to take the application as is. Right now your application is basically running only for Chrome based platforms. They want to add mobile based support. They want to make some changes to the application. They are changing the design. They are making some significant changes. Okay, so then that is called as refactor. So when you do refactor, it is as good as rewriting the code. When you rewrite the code, your first responsibility is to give the developers some kind of a pipeline where they write the code, and once they write the code, they should be able to test it in the cloud. They should be able to test it in the cloud. So in re-architecting or refactoring, you might not really do the migration. You might not do the migration because you are rewriting the application. You will write the application in some way that it directly works on your cloud platform. That is refactoring. So rehost, this is the most popular approach, and this is where you will get the jobs. Rehosting is you have an environment, you want to recreate the same environment on the cloud. So you will lift the applications and shift the applications to the cloud. Second, replatforming, lift the applications, make some minor changes or workarounds, and then move it to the cloud. Lift, tinker, and shift. And then the third one is refactor or re-architecting. This is where your developers have thought about changing your application, but these changes are not minor changes, they are major changes. So it would go through whole testing cycle again. It is as good as rewriting the application. Okay, not rewriting the application, but you need to test the whole application. So here you might be responsible for creating the pipeline, the DevOps pipeline for whatever application which they are developing. The other 3 R's are repurchase. Whatever application which you are trying to migrate, there is an alternative available on the cloud. So why do you want to do the migration? Why don't you use that? So you might go with a licensing agreement with some other company like ADP, which have given an example for payroll, right? So that is repurchasing. And then retire. Retire is this application doesn't make any sense. Why do you want to migrate? Let us retire this application. Okay, let us stop using this application. Retain is at this moment I cannot do the migration for whatever reasons which it is. So I am not doing the migration. I am not doing the migration. So these are the design choices which you have. So whenever you take any application, okay, you have to find out what is that R which you have to basically do. Whether it is rehosting, whether it is replatforming, or whether it is re-architecting. Other 3 R's will not have any work. Okay, so if you go through this image, okay, so first, what is it you're trying to do? You're trying to take an application. You will basically discover or assess or prioritize which application should go first and which application should go next. And then you will try to determine the migration path. Your migration path can be rehosting, it can be replatforming, it can be repurchasing, or it can be refactoring. Okay. So then how do you end up? That's a whole journey over here. Okay. If you look at this, speaks about all the migration steps. So first you will assess, you will prioritize. Okay, I want to move this application. Then you have choices. You have 6 R's to worry about. Then you might choose 1 R. Let us assume that you have gone with rehosting. So you will do rehosting, right? You will try to use migration tools, use the automation, and then you will have an environment on the cloud. Then you will do validation. Once the validation is done, then you might do some transition steps, right? You might do some post migration activities over here. Once everything is done, you will make it live. Okay, then replatforming, you will basically try to see what is the changes which you are trying to do, and then you will modify whatever changes which you have done, and then you might use a migration tools, right? As I said, when you are doing rehosting, you might still require a migration. So you will do the migration. After migration, you will do validation. Okay, you will do post migration steps, and then you will go live. If you go for repurchasing, right, you will not have much of stuff to do. You have basically taken some license agreement. Okay, if required, those company will do the activities. At a max, you might install that stuff, and after that, validation, post migration activities, and going to production will be done by us. If it is refactoring, you will redesign your application, you will do development, you will do whole software development life cycle, you will do integrations, and then you will do validation, right? Post there it is not a migration, but you might do some kind of SDLC kind of activities, and then you will go live, and then you will go live. This is the whole stuff. Am I clear on this? So whenever it is retain or retire, you don't have any work. You have said that, okay, you want to determine a migration path, whether it is retire or retain, you are not doing migration. So you'll come back. Just have a look at this image and it will tell you the whole stuff. Okay, so if someone asks what are your migration steps, you can basically go through this image and tell what is that you have followed. We have discovered what has to be migrated, we have prioritized, and then we have gone for a rehost. In rehost, whenever we are trying to do rehosting, we have used some migration tools. Once the migration is done, we have done the validation, we have done post migration, which is transition. Transition is where we have a certain period where two combinations are working. So whatever you are migrating is working in your office, right? In the cloud also there is something which is working. You will have some transition period, and after that basically you will go live. Just this image will tell you all the combinations of migrations. Are you able to read this image now? Yes, right from beginning till end, let it be any combination. Are we able to understand this? Yeah, if you understand this, this is what basically is the design of what are the steps involved in migration. Discovery, assess, discovery or assess, prioritize the applications, and then if it is rehosting, use migration tools, right? Validation, transition and production. That's it. If someone asks what are the steps which you have followed, you have to basically remember this image. That's it. Clear? Yes. Okay. 3, only application I have to migrate. So what is 3? What do you mean by 3? You mean here repurchase? Okay, repurchase. So are you speaking about repurchase? Okay, what does green, red and yellow? No, no, if they draw everything as a black line, you'll not know anything, right? That's the reason why they have changed colors, right? That's it. There is no other significance of colors. Whenever you draw a graph, you try to depict them in different colors so that you can make out the paths. Okay. Okay. So if you try to understand repurchasing, they have given a simple term for this: drop and shop. Drop your current application and go shopping for a new application. That's what it is. Yeah. Okay. For example, only application I have to move what category. So here, whether it is application or server, this is the same concept, right? Because generally you will not move servers. You will move servers because your servers have some applications in them. If you really want servers, you don't need to move at all because Amazon has hell lot of variety of servers. Then there is no need to migrate at all. The reason why we call it as a VM migration is because your VM has something in it. Okay, it is not generally not a server migration. It is whatever is running inside the server, you are trying to migrate that. Okay, yeah. Okay, so are we clear on this? Okay, all right. So shall I move to the next topic? Okay.